I'm an arms dealer. This is how it really works. The army trucks came every spring. I pressed my face to the glass and thought, that's where I belong. Dad came back black from the mine every night. The state owned him. I swore it would never own me. I found it in the trash. Soldiers on parade, straight backs, clean boots. I wanted that more than anything. 3 officers, 1 stamp. That was all it took to hand my body to the state for 2 years. The uniform smelled like cheap soap and someone else's sweat. I put it on anyway and felt like I meant something. Basic training, 20-kilometer runs before dawn. Some guys quit by week 2. I was built for this. First magazine. Every round touched the target. The instructor said nothing. That silence was the highest grade. 8 hours at the gate in the rain, alone. The cold teaches you something school never could about endurance. 2 years clean. A promotion. I believed the uniform meant they believed in me. I was wrong about that. He showed me how they counted weapons on paper. Numbers in, numbers out. Nobody checked the gap between them. They talked about budget cuts like we were line items. I heard my name and a number next to it. 0. 5 years of service. He slid the paper across and went back to his phone. Not even a handshake goodbye. The gate closed, and that was it. 5 years of my life locked behind 12 millimeters of cold steel. Military record looks great on paper. Nobody told me nobody hires soldiers when the war is already over. 3 months out. 18 rejection letters. $400 left. The state gave me nothing to land on. Vasily called at midnight, said he had a warehouse, said there was product, said my skill set was exactly right. Vasily put the envelope between us. I didn't touch it for 2 minutes. Old habit. Assess before you commit. Agricultural parts. That's what the label said. I counted 47 rifles in the first crate alone. My hands remembered everything. 5 years of maintenance logs. The Army trained me to check what others miss. First deal, 7 minutes. Nobody used names. I cleared 3 months of rent in 1 single handshake. The best cover is looking like nobody. I dressed like an accountant and moved millions worth of weapons. Old officers know where the surplus goes. A favor here, a cut there. Military connections beat any password. No lights. No radio. 40 kilometers of dirt road. The forest doesn't ask what's in the back of the truck. Buyers always check. Let them. Merchandise is clean. My job ends when the crate opens and nobody complains. The Army taught me how documents save lives. Same skill, different documents, a completely different kind of cargo. 3 seconds of silence at customs. Longest 3 seconds of my life. Every time. Then the stamp comes down. I never celebrated a deal. Just counted, divided, and planned the next one. Money is only the scoreboard. One contact leads to another. Each link knows only the link beside it. That's not coincidence. That's architecture. They found the numbers didn't match. Started investigating. Investigators need evidence. I don't leave any evidence. When you move enough, nowhere feels like home. That's not a problem. That's the entire point of surviving. Wrong kind of questions. Wrong order. He wanted serial numbers. Real buyers never care about serial numbers. Counter-surveillance is muscle memory. Army drilled it in. Never walk a straight line when someone might follow you. A buyer from inside the ministry. Either the best deal I'd ever have, or a trap built by someone who knew me. Before I trusted anyone, I watched them for a week. The Army called it reconnaissance. I called it staying alive. Biggest single shipment I ever moved. I stood there 90 seconds, then drove east for 4 straight hours. I was gone 40 minutes before they arrived. Someone talked. Someone always talks eventually. Always. A phone is a liability the size of your palm. Everything I needed was memorized. Names, routes, numbers, all in here. Same face, different name. The photograph is the only honest thing remaining about me at this particular point. Vasil was scared. Scared men make choices that protect themselves, not you. I filed that observation away carefully. 3 exit routes, 2 clean identities, 1 go bag. I always planned for the moment things finally fell apart. I spent 3 hours on that inventory. Perfect. Clean. I didn't know it would be the last one I ever touched. 12 lights hit me at once. I counted them before I hit the ground. Old reflex. Count your opponents first. Cold asphalt. 8 knees on me. I let them. You don't fight math. 12 weapons to 0. Simple arithmetic. He talked for 4 hours. I said nothing. The law says I don't have to. The Army taught me exactly why that matters. Good work. 3 years of surveillance. I almost felt proud of them. The gaps in the file told me far more, though. 312 ceiling tiles. I counted them every night. Structure keeps you sane when everything else collapses. 11 charges. They read each one slowly. I counted the syllables. Still better at arithmetic than they expected. He pointed at me for 6 full minutes. I held his eyes for all 6. He looked away first. Old habit from the Army. My lawyer talked about betrayal by the state. True story. Didn't matter. The verdict was written before the opening. Death sentence. I heard the words and felt nothing. The Army prepares you for that too. The news of your own end. 4 meters square. One window I can't reach. The sky is 20 centimeters wide from this angle. I measured it. I walked ahead of the guards. Military bearing till the very end. They made me a soldier. I'll die like one. A perfectly made bed. A letter no one will read. The state creates soldiers. Sometimes the soldier becomes the problem.